Morning all of you. In this session we are going to discuss about water softening method. So hard water when used in various industrial applications or any domestic purpose that may causes so many type of adverse effects. It is not fit for working in any kind of operation in industry as well as in domestic purpose. That's the reason why it is very important to treat the water before usage, especially in the industrial purpose. If water used for the steam generation, it's very important to remove all the dissolved hardness present in that. Then only water is fit for the generation of steam. So in that softening, we have basically two methods. One is internal treatment of water, second is external treatment. Internal treatment of water is nothing but if water softened after feeding into the boiler when steam is generated. That is called internal. Within the boiler, some chemicals are added and whatever impurities are there, they get precipitated and they get discarded from that unit only. So within the reaction mixture, within the boiler, so it is possible to remove. External treatment in the sense before feeding into the boiler, if water is softened, that is called external treatment and it is efficient compared to internal. We can remove all the hardness causing salts before feeding into the boiler so that we can avoid adverse effects generated due to that hardness present in the water. So softening of water by using ion exchange process. Ion exchange process is most familiar and widespread applications contain, especially in the high pressure boilers, this ion exchange process is used. High pressure boiler in the sense, so if boiler used for the generation of steam in large scale, that is called a high pressure boiler. In that case, water should be very pure, then only it is possible to generate large excess quantity of steam which can be utilized in the various applications. So this ion exchange process is more efficient to use the water in that high pressure boilers, large scale steam generation industries. This method is also called as demineralization process because by using ion exchange, what we are doing, we are replacing the hardness causing ions with H plus and OH minus, so that the method is also called as demineralization. We are removing minerals, dissolved minerals present in the water. All the ionizable substances are removed, hence it is called demineralization process. Whatever cations they are present in water, calcium and magnesium, all these calcium and magnesium ions are replaced by H plus ions, whereas all the chlorides, bicarbonates and sulfates which are causing hardness, all those anions now replaced by OH minus ions. Hence it is called ion exchange process. We are exchanging hardness causing ions with simple H plus and OH minus, then finally it is converted into water only. Hence we can say it is deionization process or also called as demineralization process. In this method we are using cross-linked polymeric chains as exchanging resins. So exchanging resins are made up of these long chain polymers only. These polymers having active functional groups in their terminal site which used to replace the hardness causing ions present in the water. Now let us see what are the resins used in this ion exchange method. Cationic exchange resin and anionic exchange resin. Let us see cation exchange resin in the sense when it is represented as RH, it may contain these active functional groups like carboxylic acid and sulfonic acid. These functional groups, when present on this cationic resin, they used to replace calcium and magnesium ions present in the water with H plus ion. These H plus ions released into the water and calcium ions retained by the resin. So this is the cation exchanging resin reactions. So RH stands for resin containing active hydrogens on their terminal side, and when treated with bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium, chlorides of calcium and magnesium, sulfates of calcium and magnesium, all these calcium magnesium ions retained by the resin, and water is becoming acidic. Water is converted into acidic. Then now it entered into second chamber called anionic exchanging resin, where resin made up of ROH. R stands for resin and terminal center have OH functional group. It is the active group which can be easily replaced. Now, acidified water coming from this cationic resin entered into anionic resin. This anionic resin selective for the replacement of anions present in the water. Chloride ions retained by resin and OH minus released into the water. Finally, it is converted into H2O. Then RCl is formed because chlorides retained by this resin. In the same way, when sulfuric acid is there in the water which generated in this cationic resin, sulfate ions retained by the resin and water as the ultimate product. So in this way, cationic chamber will accept calcium magnesium, anionic chamber will accept bicarbonate ions, sulfates and chloride ions. So hence it is called deionization or demineralization. Finally, water is formed as the major product without any ionizable impurities present in the water. Hence, it is more efficient. Here we can see the instrumentation of ionic change process where hard water is allowed to enter into first chamber called cationic chamber. This cationic chamber is made up of cross-linked polyvinyl styrene, and then on the terminal side we have active functional groups like sulfonic acid, carboxylic acid. They are used to exchange all the cations present in the water, and it is also composed of a sand filtration chamber where all the solid impurities present in the water can be easily retained by this one so that we can filter water coming out from this cationic chamber. Now, acidified water is allowed to enter into second chamber called anionic chamber where acidified water entered into this, all chlorides, sulfates and bicarbonates present in the water retained by the resin, and water is coming out, pure water is coming out. Again here gravel layer is there which used to filter any more solid impurities present in the water, and neutralized water is coming out. Here we have two side chambers. One is acid solution side chamber, second is alkaline solution side chamber attached to anionic compartment. These are mainly used for regeneration. Regeneration is the process when we are continuously doing softening. After some time, cationic chamber totally retained by calcium and magnesium. There is no free H plus ions present on the terminal side. In that case, what happens? They are not further used for the exchange of ions. In the same way, anionic chamber is retained by chlorides, sulfates and bicarbonates, and OH ions totally removed. In that case, these two resins are said to be exhausted. Exhausted resins need regeneration when they subjected to dilute acid for the cationic regeneration, dilute alkali for anionic regeneration, then again it get converted into active and further softening of water is possible. When it is rinsed with dilute hydrochloric acid, all the calcium magnesium ions again replaced, reverse of the reaction is possible. So those get discarded by these side tubes. Okay, so those washings can be discarded so that cationic resin is regenerated. Alkali solution is nothing but base. When this base added to anionic chamber, all the chloride, sulfate, bicarbonates discarded from the cationic resin and OH minus retained by this, all the washings are discarded by this side tube. Water coming out from this ionic change chamber is highly purified and residual hardness will be only 2 ppm. It is extremely low. Hence, it is the efficient method compared to remaining all external water treatment. Hence, it is widely applied in the industrial, especially in high pressure boilers. Now, let us see schematic representation of instrumentation of demineralization. Let us see this here. When we see raw water tank, so this is a raw water tank from which we are supplying hard water. When hard water is supplied, what happens? It first entered into multi-grade filter. This is mainly used, so these are the motors which are used to suck the water mechanically. So in order to increase the pressure, these motors are used. Raw water chamber initially, from this we are dragging or we are getting water by using these motors. First entered into multi-grade filter. This is mainly used to remove any solid impurities present in the water. Now water entered into second chamber which is called Activated carbon filter. Activated carbon is mainly used to remove any fine particles present in the water by the process called adsorption. Adsorption used to absorb all the solid impurities. It is a again filtration process only. Minute particles can be filtered by using this activated carbon chamber. Now the water is allowed to enter into strong acid carbon bed. So here this is a cationic exchanging resin. So cationic exchanging resin is mainly used to exchange all the cations present in the water. Now it entered into degasifier. Any dissolved gases present in the water, those dissolved gases also removed by this degasifier chamber. Mechanical de-aeration is possible by connecting to vacuum pump. Next is about anionic chamber. In this anionic chamber, what we are doing, we are removing all the dissolved anions like chlorides, bicarbonates, sulfates, etc. Next is about mixed bed unit. Even we can use in advanced ion exchange method, mixed bed unit is also there. Mixed bed unit in the sense, in this both anions and cations, still any anions and cations are there, all get removed simultaneously. These are the separate chambers for anion and cation exchange. Here we have mixed bed in the sense anion cation exchange is possible in the simultaneous manner. And for all these chambers we have side tubes for the regeneration. So this is acid regeneration tank, this is alkali regeneration tank. We have regeneration tanks, and here mixed bed is allowed to fit with acid and base both regeneration tanks, because in this simultaneous acids and base regeneration is possible, cation anion regeneration is possible. That's why here two tanks are there for regeneration process. And the next, water is allowed to enter into treated water tank. So this is used for further applications. Wherever water is required, in that case we can apply this water. Okay, so this is about the schematic representation of ionic change process. First, water just filtered to remove all the solid impurities present in that. Next, it entered into cationic chamber. This cationic chamber is mainly used to Cationic chamber is mainly used to remove all the cations present in the water. Anionic chamber is mainly used to remove all the anions like chloride, sulfates and bicarbonates present in the water. And these two are mainly used for regeneration purpose. Whenever resins are exhausted, in that case here regeneration is very important. Regeneration purpose, these two side tanks are used. And even we are performing degasification process. Whatever dissolved gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, H2S, ammonia, any dissolved gases present in the water, they get removed by the process called degasification. By attaching vacuum pump to that, we can remove. This is another simple representation of exchange of cations, where cationic resin surrounded by H plus ions. We already know cationic resin have either carboxylic acid or sulfonic acid functional groups on their terminal centers. So these H plus ions present on the resin, when it is treated with water, it get accumulated by calcium and magnesium ions. In the cationic chamber, calcium and magnesium ions are accumulated here. Exchange of cations by cationic resin, whereas anionic resin is surrounded by OH minus ions. These OH minus ions, when present in the present around the resin, treated with anionic chamber, water coming from this cationic chamber, all these are replaced by chlorides, sulfates and bicarbonates. Now OH minus released into the water, chlorides, sulfates, bicarbonate ions retained by this water sample, hence exchange of ions are possible. So we already discussed about regeneration. Regeneration is nothing but, so whatever exhausted resins are there, again converting them into initial resin materials is called a regeneration process. So when cationic resin is exhausted, that can be regenerated by treating either hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid, so that resin RH can be retained. Whereas when anionic resin having what resin sulfates or resin chlorides or resin bicarbonates, these are treated with dilute sodium hydroxide, so that anionic resin is retained. and discarded with sodium sulfate, sodium chloride, and sodium bicarbonate, because we are replacing these ions with OH minus ions. So this is about regeneration. Now let us see what are the advantages or merits of ion exchange process. Ion exchange process can be applied for highly acidic and alkaline solution. Even though pH is too low or too high, in that case also this can be operated without any difficulty. And residual ppm, after softening, water have residual ppm is only to almost negligible. Water is fresh enough for high scale steam generation process. It is very good treating water high pressure boilers. Because of this high softening efficiency, it can be applied in high pressure boilers, and this method is very rapid, simple to operate, because so just water entered into that and coming out in the purified form without any delay. Hence it is a rapid and very simple to operate. Just instrument is totally equipped with all the connected series of chambers, so that it is very simple to operate. Demerits. So in case of ion exchange process, the instrument equipment installation is somewhat expensive. So because all the instrument parts, machinery, or all are expensive, that's why it is somewhat costly method. And any turbid matter is there in the water, what happens, the exchanging resin sieves get closed by those turbid particles, so that further exchange may not be possible. The great care should be taken before feeding into the ionic changing chamber. Water should be free from any kind of turbid particles in that. Any turbidity or solid particles present in the water that closes the sieves present on ionic changing resins. Resins are expensive again. That's why for every 6 months we have to change the resin. So again it becomes expensive. So this is about ion exchange process. Ion exchange process is very simple. Cations are changed by H plus ions, anions exchanged by OH minus ions. Hence we will get deionized water, which is also called as demineralized water. So cationic resin is made up of cross-linked polyvinyl styrene polymer. In their terminal site we have terminal site those carboxylic acid and sulfonic acid moieties are there, whereas anionic resin again cross-linked polyvinyl styrene moiety is there, which is surrounded by ions like quaternary ammonium hydroxide, which is labile to release OH minus ion into the water. So in this way, these two resins are used. So water coming from acidic chamber, cationic chamber is acidic in nature, and next it entered into anionic chamber, where all ions are retained by all anions retained by the resin and releasing chlorides, sulfates, and bicarbonates into the water. So this is highly efficient method and frequently applied method in the industry for the softening of hard water. Thank you.